Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Nicole and I'm a part-time reseller on Poshmark, and today I'm going to talk about some secret features that I bet you didn't know existed on Poshmark or that you could do these things. These are all things that I've discovered over the years that I know are going to help you have a lot of success on the platform. So if that is something that is interesting to you, make sure that you're subscribed and also make sure that you keep on watching. Okay, the first one that came to mind, because I instantly saw it today when I was on my phone, is the trends report. So Poshmark sends out a trends report every first couple of days of the month, and they basically tell you, hey, these are the things that are selling. And believe it or not, you should definitely listen to this list, because a lot of the times there are things that are selling really fast for people and that you can flip really quickly. And so these categories are always really helpful to take a look at. Sometimes they tell you if they're up by a certain percent. Sometimes they tell you, what specifically is selling. Sometimes they'll tell you what categories are selling. But just take a note and take a look at it. Definitely screenshot it too, because if you're going out thrifting for over the next couple of weeks, it's good to have that on hand and it's good to remember that. But a lot of people don't know that this exists and they don't know where to find it. So where you find it is actually in the newsfeed. So when you're refreshing your newsfeed, at the top there's like a little banner that has a bunch of stuff most of the time, and in the beginning of the month it'll actually have like your July Insider Posh report is available, things like that. So every first week of the month they have this listed, and you could click on it and pull up the trends report, and it's really easy to access. And then I just screenshot it for future reference, but again, you can access it for the first couple of days and definitely use it when you are thrifting. It'll actually make your life a lot easier and you'll know exactly what to sell, because these are things that Poshmark is saying, these things are selling, definitely pick them up. Okay, the next feature that a lot of people I don't think know that you can do, because I still see a lot of people that list things sideways, but you could actually rotate the photo when you are listing the photo. This was released, I think, 2 years ago, but I still see a lot of people that don't turn their photos, and like their cover photo is sideways, or like their listing photos are sideways. And actually, I have a couple of things that I have my eye on that I was looking at that the photos are sideways, and I'm almost not purchasing just because I'm trying to be petty, because I don't know, it drives me nuts when they're sideways. But besides the point, you can turn your photos sideways, and all you gotta do is click that little rotate button when you're listing the photo. So when you're going to upload the photos to the listing, there's a little rotate button next to each of the photos. So when you're scrolling through and you're clicking on each one, you can click the rotate button and you can rotate it as many times as you need for it to be upright. And this will make the photo look great. Now, this is such a small little thing, but it makes such a big difference for your listing. And believe it or not, your listing is not going to come up in the SEO and the search engines if your picture's sideways. It's really annoying to people, and personally, I don't like it, and I kind of avoid shopping from people that have sideways photos. Maybe that's just me, I don't know, but it is a little bit annoying, so just use this rotate button and you won't have this problem anymore. Okay, the next two are actually error messages that I've gotten in the past on Poshmark, and here's ways around them. So the first one is when you get the notification that says unable to make a private offer, you've exceeded the maximum amount of offers sent to this liker. And basically what this means is that you've sent the same offer, or you've sent an offer 3 times to them without them accepting, and or they declined or anything like that. So what you can do to go around this is you can just remove the items from their bundle. So just click the little remove button and then re-add them to their bundle, and it'll allow you to send an offer again. And all it means is that those items had been in their bundle for 3 rounds of offers and they didn't sell. Now, obviously you don't want to keep doing this because you don't want to annoy buyers. If they're not purchasing, there's probably a reason. But sometimes there's like an actual mistake, or maybe they wanted to add more to their bundle, or just different things like that. Maybe they missed the offer. So there are reasons why going around this makes sense, but definitely do not go overboard. Do not spam buyers with offers, because that is really annoying, especially if they're not looking to purchase. And the next error message that I've gotten, and I'm sure other people have gotten, is the oops, you've hit the sharing limit. Basically, all this means is that you've shared the max amount that you could in that short amount of time. So whether that be an hour span or a 12-hour span, and generally it's you've hit the short amount of time in an hour span, meaning that you've shared your listings too many times, or you've shared too many listings within that hour. And I've had this happen because my closet is getting bigger and bigger, and I'm starting to realize that I can't sell my whole closet all at once without getting this message. So how to avoid this, because once you've hit that share limit, you can't share anything for the next hour, and sometimes even longer if you've gone way past it. So what I recommend is to, if you have a large closet, share your closet on the slow mode. If you have a VA, it will share it very slowly for you, and you don't have to worry about hitting the share limit because it's kind of draws it out over a period of time. But if you don't have a VA, you can kind of just share your closet very, very slowly. So once you click on the share button and it's scrolling through your closet and sharing, occasionally just exit out of the app. Don't close it, like don't force close it, just, you know, go out of it and go back into it a few minutes later. And this will kind of break up the sharing a bit, and it will make it so you don't go into share jail. Because like I said, if you go into share jail, you can't do anything on Poshmark. You can't send out offers, you can't share or anything like that for at least an hour, if not longer. And I know that that's really frustrating, especially to those that are sharing every hour. So to avoid it, just do these two options and you'll be good. The next feature I'm going to talk about on Poshmark that some people love, some people hate, is actually the reposh feature. So this is when, if you are a buyer on Poshmark and you purchase something and you don't like it, it doesn't fit you or anything like that, and you need to resell the item, you can reposh it, which all that is basically you are taking the original listing and reposhing it. So it's making a listing based off of the original listing. So it's using the original photos and the description, and it's posting it to your closet saying, hey, this item didn't work for me, I love it, I'm just reposhing it. And you're not stealing the person's photos, you're not stealing their credit, because you're giving credit to that person in their closet. But all it is if you're not a reseller yourself and you don't want to have to go through the hassle of taking all the photos, you can do this. Now, a lot of people turn off the reposh because they think it's, you know, people are stealing their photos or they don't appreciate it. Personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think it's just somebody's way of saying, hey, this item didn't work for me, I'm gonna resell it to somebody else. And now there's definitely a difference between those people that are reselling things to make a profit and also just reselling them because they don't work for them. I've definitely had those people that have purchased from me and then have tried to resell the item for like triple the price, and it kind of drives me crazy, but at the same time, I don't really care as long as I made a profit on the item. But again, the reposh feature is a great feature to use, and some people don't know about it, and some people don't know that you can turn it off for your closet as well. I keep mine on. I don't think there's anything wrong with keeping it on, but again, some people like to turn it off just because they don't want people using their photos. But at the end of the day, it shouldn't really matter as long as you made money on the item. It doesn't really matter what happens after that. Okay, so I'm actually going to stop there. That is the list of features that I wanted to talk about in this video that maybe you didn't know that you can use or do. Let me know which one down below is new to you, and also let me know if there's a feature out there that you love using on Poshmark that you don't think a lot of people know about. There's always so many features that people, you know, love to hear about, and I think these feature videos are really helpful for people because they learn a lot about the different features on Poshmark. And especially if you're new, these are things that you probably wouldn't catch right away. And so it's really helpful to have something like this to use as a reference. If you want to see another feature video, I have a bunch of those from the past. I have a whole playlist that you could actually check out, but if you want to see one specific video on different features, you could click this video, and if you want to see a playlist of those features, you could click in the description. I'll have a playlist of those. And if you want to see another video on maybe things that you should stop doing on Poshmark that are really affecting your sales and they're, you know, really preventing you from selling those listings, you can click right here. But until next time, I will see you then.